Yar. Timmy, 'twould appear that we are routed. Aye, but don't you worry, I have a plan. With things we can make within this very studio. Tristan, is this really the time to be smoking? It isn't even lit, Tristan. Yar, whatever. Alright, don't you worry, Timmy, this plan is foolproof. Excuse me. I just need to get past you guys for a moment. Ignore the sign. It's meant friendly, like, I'm sure. Just need to grab me a few pumpkins from here. Don't you worry. Sir, I don't know if you want to be visiting the DC News studio right now. I mean, there's a bit of a problem. Alright, excuse me. This here strategy saved me during the Battle of the Turtle World. We'll fight these newfangled machines with the original Minecraft robot. Alright, here we go. Yar, it's a good day. Alright, do your thing. Wait, why aren't they attacking? Timmy, do you think the Herbivot could be, I don't know, hacking them or something? No, I don't. I think they're just incompetent. Yar, curb your tongue there, blue boy. Alright, well if my plan doesn't work, how about we switch to plan B? Why don't you talk to your people there and ask what they want? Well, hi there. Hey guys, long time no see. Dave, is that you? How are the kids? How's Stephanie?
Jimmy, you know why we are here. We cannot reach our full power without every single member of the Blue Flame Society.
Alright, well, straight to business then, I guess. Well, this is kind of awkward. I'm really sorry, but I don't really want to go with you guys. I mean, I don't want to rule the world.
Yes, we expected this answer. That is why we have come in force. We will take you if need be.
Yar, Timmy, I'm really sorry, but we kinda just met each other, you know? I don't really feel like fighting to the death on your behalf. Yeah, I don't really blame you, Pirate Crow. Could you do me a favor, though? Could you call up Reporter Crow? Yar, I think I can do that for you. Oh, what's this? Hello? Oh, hey, Pirate Crow, how's the studio doing while I've been away? Huh? Wait, what's that? Stanley's alive? The Blue Flame Society? What? I'm on my way. Jeez, I mean, how could things get any worse? I mean, there's just no stop to all the crazy things going on around here. I know who to call about this. Oh. One second. Hello, my child. This is Blue Flame Cult member Crow. Yeah, hello. Reporter Crow here. I'm hearing reports of the Blue Flame people going crazy and trying to take over the world. What's going on? Oh. Sorry, you're breaking up. I can hear you just fine. What's that? Sorry, I can't hear you. Bye. Now, from the Octavian server, it's the award-winning DC News. With Disbanded Crow, no one on weather, and no one on sports. Brought to you by the Storm Masters. We bring them to you now, live. Good afternoon, my name is Disbanded Crow. I've returned from vacation and I'm being caught up. It seems while I was away, it was discovered that Stanley's death has been faked. And rather than being killed, he was actually kidnapped. This is excellent news, and I plan on contacting Army Crow soon to see if he can be rescued. Unfortunately, also while I was away, a small army of B-bots and members of the Blue Flame Society stormed the DC News studio and kidnapped Timmy as well. This leaves me as the only staffed member of DC News. I will also be seeing if Army Crow is able to rescue Timmy. Luckily, Kavagram was able to locate the cave that the Herbibot has relocated itself to, so hopefully that is also where Timmy and Stanley are being stored. A raid party just needs to be assembled. It also seems that at some point during the attack on the DC News studio, we were vandalized with these posters which depict the hit singer Avril Lavigne. It is unclear if the B-bots left these behind or if some hooligan child spammed these around after the attack, because the DC News security footage cuts off just before the attack itself. I'm just left with one question. He was a skater boy. She said, "See you later, boy." Was he truly not good enough for her? Due to both of my staff members being kidnapped, I decided it was time to interview the Archmage of the Herbalists, so that we can fully understand what's happening. Let's play that clip now. We have today Kavagram, the autistic duck, the Archmage of the Herbalist faction, and the greatest road layer in all of Octavian. Kavagram, welcome to the DC News studio.
Thank you very much. I noticed this studio also has a road. You're always welcome to ask if you need help with that.
Well, we very well may take you up on that. Yes, maybe get a little commission in. Now, I'll go ahead and enter these questions that we've laid out here for you. First, let me first say, rather, that as the lead reporter of DC News, I would like to apologize for the episode where we mourned Stanley's death and placed the blame on the herbalist heads. You see, at the time, the facts seemed to point towards the herbalist being at fault for that, but we have, of course, since learned that the Herbibot has become enraged and gone rogue.
Yes, Herbot's betrayal came to us, struck us all. We knew when installing his core that he would be capable of limited self-awareness, but this was truly unexpected.
Indeed. Now, of course, as you just said, your mechanical and B-controlled construct, the Herbibot, recently went rogue, and also recently facilitated the kidnapping of both Stanley and Timmy.
Oh?
Yes.
Oh, they got Timmy?
Oh,
sorry,
they did.
My condolences. I not heard about Timmy.
Oh, yes, that was a very recent development, unfortunately. Although it seems that, based on the security footage of our studio here, that it seems more like that was the Blue Flames idea. But yes, the kidnapping of Timmy has been explained as the Blue Flame Society. Yes, they need all members to achieve their full power. But aside from, so we know why they would have kidnapped Timmy, but what are your thoughts on the reasoning for the Herbibot, for having kidnapped Stanley?
Oh, I do have some insight into that. You see, when I shut down what was left of Herbot's original core in the village, I was able to access Herbot's undocumented logs. It seems he had planned this for quite some time. And for one thing, I can confirm that Herbot had indeed and may still be hosting a virtual copy of Stanley. I presume he kept him as a closer study. And the logs also revealed the location of Herbot's new core. I went out to scout it, but it's full of bees, and I can't get in there to get a closer look, but I believe this is where the real stand is being kept.
I see. Well, very interesting. The Herbot and the Blue Flame Society, they of course teamed up. Do you know what their overarching plan is?
Herbot wants to become, Archmage. He, declared himself the Archmage of, called all of the Sorcerer's game. He even called me a false Archmage, so I think his plan is just to rule us all.
Interesting. Well, that's very rude of it. So the Herbot becoming the Archmage. After it becomes Archmage, what are your thoughts on what it might do if it achieves that goal, or afterwards?
Oh, I honestly don't know. I looked in his logs for some clues, but I couldn't find anything about any future plans. I'm not even sure Herbot even knows it himself.
Fair enough. Both you and the Herbot have explained that the Herbot itself is an older model of the Grumbot from Season 7 of Hermitcraft. What are your thoughts? Do you think that maybe these older models are prone to these kinds of glitches?
Actually, that's a bit curious. You see, it came to a surprise to me that Herbot was even aware of Grumbot. Shouldn't have been. Maybe someone told him. I don't know. Well, to be honest, when I got this model, I didn't look much into why the model was discontinued. I just thought that there was a new model out and thus it was discounted. And well, I kind of skipped through most of the documentation. So I just winged it and I installed him. It was not all that difficult. So I really don't know. Though I think Sir Duck has read some into these issues a little bit, so maybe he knows a bit more.
Fair enough. Now, because Stanley and Timmy have both been kidnapped, is there some sort of plan in the works for the rescue of Stanley and Timmy?
Well, we are actually working close with the Stormmasters on the plan. Yes, I know it's a bit ironic, but the war is over and we are seeking friendly relations. So we're looking into solutions to that. One scrapped idea we had was to simply flood a cave, but since some of the B-bots may have gotten waterproofed during the efforts in the war, and such a flooding may harm or even kill, well, the captives.
Yes.
It was deemed a bad idea, so this is an ongoing process.
Yeah, fair enough, yes. Flooding would most certainly damage both Stanley and Timmy. Of course, Timmy is fire. Alright. Now, moving on from this, let's get to know you a little bit more. Of course, you've been playing the Sorcerer's game for a little while now, and you really brought the Herbalists to where they are today. At the beginning of this, though, is there any particular reason why you decided to choose the Herbalists to begin with, as opposed to any other academy?
Well, you have to ask the Ducks about that, because they are just... It was the Ducks who put me in that direction. As you can probably understand, we got a rather close connection. Many of the Ducks see me as their leader, so... Some of those Ducks eventually settled into the Herbalist village.
I see. So you're saying that the Ducks are the ones who decided that you should join the Herbalists? Yeah.
You have to ask them, boy, but they want me to be in the Herbalists faction, and, well, I really didn't find any reason why not, so...
Of course, you say it at the beginning of every one of your episodes, but you are, of course, a duck yourself. How did a duck learn to speak like a human and gain the abilities and the powers that you have?
Oh boy. Okay, well, I assumed you knew. See, me, an actual real duck, that would be kind of silly. You get some thinking about it, it's a bit weird that nobody actually called me out on it before now. But no, I'm not actually a real duck. This beak is actually a prosthetic.
Oh.
But since you asked, I suppose you would like a look? I must warn you, it's not pretty.
Absolutely. I'd be very interested.
Okay, hold on, let me see if I can get this off. What's this?
I see. Now,
Yeah.
Were you involved in some sort of experiment or accident?
Well, kinda. It happened long before I joined Octavian. I was helping my old friend Monocon with his particular problem. You'd know if you ever saw him. He's a bit, I wouldn't exactly say half Enderman, but half Enderman. So, yeah, it's kind of in the same boat. And, you know, I really don't want to go much more detailed about it. It's kind of awkward. So as to say, it was just easier to get the prosthetic beak and to fix this mess. I'm just gonna put this back on. It's there, much better.
Fair enough. Well, at this point, just to piggyback off of that, at this point, if the opportunity ever did present itself to help resolve that situation, would you take it, or would you stay with this mask that you've gotten for yourself?
Well, I would certainly look into whatever opportunity shows itself, but I really don't know. I would have to just look into it and, yeah.
Alright.
It's right down there.
Fair enough. Well, I suppose that's all the questions I really had today. Before we end this interview, is there anything you wanted to say yourself?
Well, I must say I was rather surprised when the alliance with the Night Soldiers ended just as the war ended. It's been a tough time for us since that bit of security just disappeared. But we are doing our best.
Interesting. Yes, indeed. Of course, I am not Night Sorcerer Crow. I am Reporter Crow. You may or may not be aware there are multiple crows, multiple clones.
Yes, I know. I was speaking to you as the Reporter Crow.
Yes.
I wanted your opinion on Sorcerer Crow and his Archmage.
I see. Well, speaking as Reporter Crow, I think it is fair to say that I have no sense of loyalty to the other Crow clones, but what I would say is, from what I understand, Night Sorcerer Crow was completely unaware himself until after the fact that the alliance had ended. Seems to be that that decision was made solely by his Archmage, Mindgrinder, and he was only told about it after the fact. So I believe he actually doesn't have too many details as to, you know, why it ended, or I know that that Sir Jack had the suspicion that the Stormmasters either bribed him off or something. Not entirely sure if that's true. Unfortunately, I don't have too much detail, but in regards to my own personal opinion of Night Sorcerer Crow and the Archmage, it does seem that they have a little bit of a communication gap, perhaps, and I think that I might have to interview Mindgrinder fairly soon.
That does sound like a good idea.
Indeed. Alright, well, I think that this concludes this interview, unless you had any other questions or anything?
No, I don't. So,
Alright.
It's been fun.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming. As you've just heard, we will be assembling a party to attempt a rescue shortly, and I am sure Army Crow would love to be involved. Moving on, it seems that the DC News Studio is not the only one that was raided recently.
During a normal, peaceful day, a raid party suddenly springed upon the Night Sorcerers. Night Sorcerer Crow and Mindgrinder teamed up to quell the attacking forces, with Mindgrinder finally getting to demonstrate some new rocket technology that he had made, originally being planned to be used for the war. The two were able to defeat all of the oncoming waves with no casualties. It should also be noted that congratulations are in order. Mindgrinder, the Archmage of the Night Sorcerers, was promoted to the role of Moderator on October 7th, 2020. Congratulations, Mind, it is well deserved. Also, the Herbalist's Bone Meal Trial is in operational order, finally. For the price of 3 diamond blocks, or a pass, if you have one, per run, you are now able to run their labyrinth and try to acquire one of their powers. Here we have a clip of Night Sorcerer Crow running the trial. Beware, there will be minor spoilers for the Herbalist trial, but I have cut out the actual solution. Alright, I'm going in.
Good luck.
Good luck.
You're gonna need it.
Guess so. On the trial, you're here either because you wish to join the Herbalist or you wish to access one of our powers. Please read this book. While combat is not to be expected, torches, you are allowed armor and weapons. 3 diamond blocks. Ensure fairness, we ask you to please record your trial. Okay. Only armor, weapon, and normal food, no active. What's normal food? As opposed to not normal food?
My best guess would be stuff that you just eat by yourself. So like you can bring like carrots or something, like golden carrots or whatever you eat.
What
Potatoes.
What is not normal food?
It's a good question.
I guess golden carrots wouldn't be normal food. Because do you really eat that in real life? Yeah. I wonder how that would taste. Gold-plated carrots.
You need to jump to reach it. Well, that seems unlikely. There will be clues on how to do this past these 5 doors, and in the cave behind you. Okay. Alright. And in the cave behind me, huh? Alright, there's clues back here? I don't like that. It's so puzzly. A little 3D labyrinth action, I see. I don't...
Super fun.
Yeah.
Restore.
Why don't you grab a bowl of
Your son.
stew? What does a bowl of stew have to do with anything? Is that a clue? Is there...
Yellow carpet, yellow.
Something red, something brown, something pretty. Ah, it's like he's trying to tell me something. I'm not a riddle man.
I like to think I am, but I am not. First things first, I need a chest. That I did not bring because I'm stupid.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you're not stupid. How dare you?
That was such a polite response.
Yeah.
What a...
like 20 seconds later, you're not stupid.
Well, I had to seriously consider it, you know.
How is that supposed to make it better?
Is he stupid? I came to the conclusion that you're not, okay?
I guess that's better than nothing, I suppose.
What's brown, red, and blue? I found another sign. What's brown, red, and blue?
Brown, red, and blue.
Pink stuff.
Is that right? It's brown, red, and blue. I have brown, red, and blue. What do you want me to do with the red, brown, and blue? Bada bing, bada boom.
Congratulations.
How'd you do that?
It's a neat little trick with the elytra wings.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, there you go. Please find unused items here. Okay. Beautiful. For other faction, please pick one staff of power. Bone meal, poison, healing. Definitely doing bone. I like how it has Curse of Vanishing. That's a nice little touch.
Yeah, I think you have to keep it on you at all times.
Yep. Congratulations to Night Sorcerer Crow for being the first non-herbalist to complete the herbalist trial. And now, a word from our sponsor. Please, I haven't eaten in so long. What is this place even? What's this? The Stormmasters now have a brand new super smelter that anyone is allowed to use. Just make sure to contact either Jarboys or Mr. Steelio Kills to arrange payment. Disclaimer, the Stormmasters are not responsible for any items that might get lost. That is the work of Gabrielle, the Furnace Gremlin. Okay, well, super smelter, maybe there'll be some cooked food there. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it's always good to hear your feedback. And I will see you in the next episode.